Thank you for inviting me.
This is your second year at the Edinburgh Festival.
This is
right?
the difficult second album. It's my second solo show.
Yeah, and as you say, the difficult second album, you have got a lot of hype after last year. I think you were the first ever free show
To be nominated. The first free show off the free festival to be nominated for Best Newcomer, which I'm quite proud of, which is great. I guess it just goes to show to prove that there is a platform there that if you're a comedian and if you don't have $1 million and the biggest management in the universe, if you've got a dream and you're willing to work hard, you can go on the free festival and you can have a significant Edinburgh as a result.
Yeah, and you realise you can charge people.
Yeah. Well, and now I'm just like, I can make money out of this? Okay. So, and I'm hoping someone from the free festival does it again this year as well. And I hope it continues.
How do you, so you've made the move though from the free festival,
yes, I have.
You've sold out to the...
Yes, well, I was happy to go back to the free festival. I really wanted, because I love the room that I was in last year. In Espionage, the Matahari room it's perfect for comedy, perfect. But this year, we were invited to the courtyard, and it had to be done. It had to be done.
And it's such a buzzing atmosphere there.
Oh,
so
it is. It's great. Yeah. I mean, it's the first year that I'm in there. I'm around totally, new people, different people. But I love the room I'm in. It's really good. I love when I think there's a right amount of audience that you need, and between like 100 and 500 people is the right amount of people to have in a show to make it intimate enough. Because if it gets any bigger than that, it doesn't feel intimate.
When you say bigger than that, I mean you've had a huge year. You've been on the McIntyre Roadshow and everything.
Yes.
So you've done the bigger audiences. How does it feel coming back to?
Oh, it's great. I love an intimate audience is great because the shows feels a lot more personal. But sure, when you're performing on television, when you're doing it to like a theatre full of 1,000 or 2,000 people, it's a lot of fun. But obviously it's not as intimate because you're on the stage and there's that gap and you've got people in the audience. It's just it's a different environment. I guess it's the equivalent of like there's playing football at Wembley Stadium for England, which is amazing, and then there's playing football at the park on a Sunday with your friends with jumpers for goalposts, and it's just the joy that you get from them is different. It's not which one's necessarily better. It's the joy that you experience from the different environment. It is different, and I do enjoy an intimate atmosphere.
Good. And your show this year, now it sounds quite ominous. It's called Bring the Thunder.
Bring the Thunder. Yeah.
What can we expect from it?
Thunder.
Right.
Because Edinburgh's providing its own rain.
Yeah.
Now, what you can expect of it, I'm quite a naively optimistic person. It's just the way I am, and I'm not going to change. I can't change it. It's about my attitude, about how I've kind of looked at my shortcomings in life, and tried to overcome them. And even when I haven't overcome them, and have failed to overcome them, to embrace them and to celebrate them, to make me uniquely who I am and to uniquely who we are. So, and the reason I called it Bring the Thunder is that because I started comedy and then I quit for 1.5 years because I was depressed and I had issues and I had to go and sort that out. And when I came back to comedy, when I had sorted my head out, I remember I came back to comedy, I go, right, now that I've come back, I'm going to bring the thunder. It's not about just going up there and trying to tell jokes. This is me trying to reclaim my life now and saying, this is what I want to make of it. And I used to tell my friend Yariv, a comic now who works out in Israel, I was telling him, but when you go out there, it's more than telling jokes, you're bringing the thunder. This is all your dreams, everything you've worked towards, everything you want to make out of your life, this is the opportunity to do it in. So you get up there and you bring the thunder. And I kept on saying that to him. We used to say it to each other. We used to text each other like before critical gigs, going, bring the thunder, man. Remember, bring the thunder.
Ever thought of becoming a motivational speaker as well?
I love that. I'm into that whole personal development scene because it totally had a massive impact on my life. I'm sure you've heard of Tony Robbins. He's like the world's #1 personal development coach. Yeah. So I got into his stuff, and it really, really helped me, and I embraced it, and I'm totally into that stuff because we're all, especially if you're a comedian, I have the best job in the world. I get to go around the world telling jokes, making people laugh, which is great, and I feel you know, this is what I wanted to do. And what I've learned from the personal development scene is that whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, you can totally make it happen. But you've got to know what it is, and you've got to go out there and make it happen. You've got to be prepared to fail. And when you fail and you feel horrible, like I remember a few Edinburghs ago, I'd come up here and I'd look at all the posters of all the big comedians, and I'd be like, I'll never be like that. I'm never going to be one of these comedians that people are going to talk about, and you know, and that everyone's going to have this massive buzz about. I'll never become one of those guys. And I used to go back to my flat and watch anime in my pants. Just watch, because the anime is one of my inspiring things that I read to get into. I used to watch that, and I used to think, no, never give up on the dream, never ever give up on it. And just when you feel like quitting, that's when you need to punch even harder.
Look at you now.
Well, and now you know, I'm in a good position. I think I'm in a position now where I've got to show and prove that I can go the distance.
Yeah.
That I'm not just, you know, I'm in this because I love my craft. I love stand-up comedy, and I genuinely want to become great at what I do. And be respected for it.
Yeah.
And you know, and if anything else comes out as a result of that, be it fame and TV and all that, that's all good. But the number one goal is to become a great stand-up comedian.
Well, it seems like you're already on your way there.
Thank you.
And what are you hoping to achieve both from the festival and after the festival? Have we got?
I'm going to be filming for the rest of the year. Wow. Filming the pilot that I'm doing for BBC Three.
Oh, brilliant! So what are you doing there?
It's my own show, the Imran Yusuf show, which is going to be it's going to be part stand-up, part sketches. So I don't know, are you aware of Dave Chappelle? I love Chappelle's show. I thought it was great that, you know, when he did his bit, when he comes out and he does stand-up, he's in an intimate stand-up environment, and he does what he does best. He does a bit of stand-up and then he cuts the sketches. Mine's going to be similar to that, but there's going to be a little bit different in the sense that my background before comedy was video games. I was in the video games business. My show is going to have a very strong theme and running line of a video game element to it as well, because I love video games. I'm a massive geek.
Do you get much of a chance to see other stuff? Or
no,
just
previously when I've come up here, to me, I always came up to the Edinburgh Festival to train. I treated it as what I like to call it as a hyperbolic time chamber, where you can do 5 gigs in a day.
Yeah.
You can do loads of gigs in one day. And I just thought, wow, if I could do 5 gigs every single day for like 25 days, I could rack up loads of gigs, and that's therefore lots of experience, and I'd get a lot better. This year, I'm just focused on doing my show and making this new solo show the best it can be.
Fantastic.
I'm not trying to break any records.
Well, I guess having done that, this must feel more manageable, just doing your solo show and focusing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like even back home when I'm on the circuit, I like to gig loads. I live in London, and we have an awesome circuit, so I can double and triple up very easily. And to me, I feel that's simple because I love gigging. I fiend on it, and I just feel that the more I gig, the better I'm going to become, and that's why I do it, because I just want to become good. Because I think in this game, you know what, it's easier to become famous and to get on television than it is to become genuinely good at what you do and to be respected for what you do as a stand-up comedian. And that's what I desire the most, because like my comedy heroes is like Chris Rock, and he worked really hard to get where he is and to become, you know, who he's become today. And I look at him and I'm like, that's the kind of path that I want to follow. That's the footsteps I want to follow.
And really,
to be intelligent and to come out and to be able to say things that need to be said, and to empower people through it as well.
So when you talk about empowering people and saying things that need to be said, what messages do you find personally?
I think quite specifically, there's a lot of fear and hate mongering that gets bandied around, not only through the media, but just through peer groups. There's a lot of people out there who want to say very hateful things, and you know, I understand why they want to do that, because any form of hate, any form of prejudice stems from a source of fear, and there's a lot of that being bandied around, a lot of it, and human beings quite easily fall into the traps. The moment we get afraid of something, we're easily controlled by any kind of agenda that we can fall into. And effectively, I want to say the stuff that I want to say is for people to understand that, you know, not to let your fears control you. And that, you know what, the world isn't as bad as some people make it out to be. Sure, there are idiots out there who do stupid things, violent things, and suddenly the rest of us get scared. But you've got to understand those people are in a minority. It's just what they do and say has an enormous impact because it's negative. And unfortunately, negative things have an enormous and very quick impact on people's lives. It has a very quick and fast impression. But when you kind of look at our lives, when you look at the, you know, we're here at the Arts Festival. People have come from all over the world. You've got all kinds of different languages, cultures, walks of life, beliefs, everything have come to celebrate their art here. And that's the beauty of life. And we should focus and embrace that and nurture that, because there's a potential in that, you know, of that because that enriches our lives.
Yeah.
And some people may think that, you know, this is a bit hokey. It's all a bit like, you know, consent, you know, kind of hokey bridge building kind of nonsense. But you know what? This is what I believe in, and I'm going to pursue it with all the energy that I've got through the vocation of stand-up.
It's refreshing to hear the, you know, social responsibility you kind of take with being with your job or the messages that you want to take.
That's funny. That's what Dave Chappelle said about when he was interviewed about the social responsibility he felt that he had when his TV show went out over the things that he was saying. I don't have his level of renown, but I hope to think that. Well, I believe, you know, at the end of the day, I believe the purpose of your life is to be a vehicle for inspiration. Every single day, every person you meet, you get to inspire through the way you behave towards them, the way you're being. And if I can do a tiny bit of good to make a tiny bit of change, then, you know, I feel that my job is done.
Well, Imran, I think you've been an inspiration to talk to. You have been brilliant to tap to, and
thanks a lot.
So we can catch you at the Pleasance Beneath.
At 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay.
Come to the show. It's probably sold out, but you can buy the DVD when it comes out.
Brilliant.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.